I was born and raised in Africa for 8 years. The transition coming to America was nothing hard, but I was young. But I knew something was different and I tried to fit in. But from 7th grade to coming to high school was a completely different environment. There was status quo about black girls only dating black boys, and I felt like I was accepted by my peers just because it was the right thing to do at the part. Battling the perception from society about being black and African was so hard. People thought I was dirty, loud, obnoxious, and they would criticize the way I dressed and my hair. The part that really hit home was that my sister came home one day and she asked why she was brown and everyone else was white. This really hurt me because I didn't want her to go through the same thing I went through. I encourage everyone to be proud of where they come from and their culture.
Every day, in many ways, we communicate with other people. Sometimes it's verbally, other times it's through the written word, and we even do it non-verbally through body language. Becoming a good communicator is like learning to ride a bicycle. At first, the whole thing looks like a contraption of doom. But the more you look at a bicycle, you realize how amazing it really is. Two wheels supporting each other and helping each other out, they both have to be there for the bike to be effective. The wheels on a bike are like you and your friend, parent, or counselor that you're communicating with. But how do those wheels work together? They only move because the pedals on the bicycle started moving. So how do you get your communication rolling? If you aren't used to communicating with somebody and you're nervous, take a deep breath and relax. Communication is scary. Don't let being nervous keep you from talking to somebody. A great place to start would be a parent or a best friend that you completely trust. Whatever you do, don't stay silent. Self-consciousness kills communication. So don't be self-conscious. Be courageous and beautiful and strong and powerful. Let communication lead you to an exciting and fulfilling life. Hop on your bicycle and start pedaling. You never know where it might take you.
I once knew a girl who had a secret. The secret burdened her. It caused her to plaster on a smile and act like everything was going her way. But on the inside, she was scared. She had a scar on her heart and it made her act differently than all the other girls her age. This girl was sexually abused at the age of 4 by a member of her community. I know this because this 4-year-old was me. My family and I contacted a state representative and we wrote and proposed a bill in front of the Ohio legislature to increase the jail time for sex offenders. Even though I'm healed, the scar is still there. Scars are permanent, and my scar is very similar to many of yours. If you have ever been abused, I want you to know that you're not alone. Let someone know. They can help you get help.
For almost my entire life, I have felt self-conscious about my appearance. I remember being in preschool and thinking that I was fat and knowing that that was a bad thing. To this day, I cannot say the word fat without wanting to cry. And so being part of a society where everybody is so preoccupied with weight and appearance and having nobody to share my feelings with, I felt pretty horrible most of the time. And in middle school, I started cutting, and shortly after that, I started binging and purging. In a sick way, I think it was because I felt it was an appropriate punishment for being what I considered inadequate. But I didn't want to go back to cutting or throwing up again, so I reached out. But I've built up a network of people I can talk to, friends and teachers and counselors and sometimes even my parents. These people care about me, but it's important to create that safety net. If you feel like you're alone and you don't have any friends, and remember that the guidance counselors here are wonderful resources. Help is available. All you have to do is take it.
My motto has stuck with me ever since I was 12 years old, which is, you know my name, but not my story. It started out with my father never being there in my life. He was a traveler on business, and all it took was a birthday card with a check in the mailbox or a FedEx package for Christmas waiting to be placed under the tree. My father cheated on my mother, and that led to endless nights of arguing, crying, and insane fights. He moved out when I was 13, and he got remarried to a very young girl, and she's about 22 now. I'm 17 now. I remember going to school and thinking I was worthless, and everybody thought that about me. And it didn't stop there. There was Twitter. This girl on Twitter, she said I was a whore. Do you know how I felt? Do you think that girl that tweeted about me knew how I felt? Do you think she knew how her comment was affecting me? Do any girls or even guys know how their comments affect others? I've been through so much counseling and I've gotten the help I need. Now I'm confident. And you know what? Remember how alone I said I felt? I was never alone. Ever. I'm not trying to catch every bully out there and make it stop, but I'm trying to at least touch the heart of one, and they can understand that one comment they want to make to that girl that they don't like just isn't necessary. Any individual has the power to change a life, whether it's their own or someone else's. The way I look at it is God will never give you anything you can't handle, and He puts you through difficult tasks to make you an individual stronger.
Perfection is being right. Excellence is willing to be wrong. Perfection is fear. Excellence is taking a risk. Perfection is anger and frustration. Excellence is powerful. Perfection is the destination. Excellence is the journey. There is no such thing as being perfect. We shouldn't focus on what we can't do. We all have our own gifts and talents, and that's what makes us who we are. No one should try to aim for perfection because there is no such thing. Each one of us has to make realistic goals. That way we can become excellent. We're all unique, and if all of us girls come together and just be ourselves, we will be truly beautiful.
My name is Abby Claskins, and because I'm a girl, I achieve. Because I'm a girl, I achieve.
Because I'm a girl, I compete. I perform.
I compete. I perform.
I achieve.
I perform.
I achieve.
I contribute.
I compete.
I achieve.
I compete.
Remember, you know her name, but not her story.